What's up, guys? We're back. And today I'm going to talk about how I got my dream job at an ad agency. Stick around. I've always wanted to say this for a while now. Smash that like button. Smash that like button. Smash that like button. And subscribe. Can you click subscribe? Subscribe. Can you click subscribe and hit the like? Smash it up, baby! I'm gonna talk about how I got my job, dream job in advertising, which I don't currently hold, to be honest, because I had to move. Long story short, my dream job was running a video department at an ad agency. I wanted to work for an ad agency so bad. I really wanted to work for an ad agency. So I was at this point in my life. I went to film school in college and I dropped out and got a degree in psychology, though, transpersonal psychology. It's Jungian and Freudian therapies and stuff with a minor in film, I suppose. But my degree project, if you're interested, was on the re-enchantment of the cosmos. It was kind of putting transpersonal psychology, or psychology in general, I suppose, and psychoanalytical more than behavioral, together with quantum physics, and it was pretty cool. I left Burlington College, and I'm in Boston. I was working at a food store in Medford, Mass, and I was cutting deli meats and working on a flat grill, and I was making TV commercials, because in college I worked for a TV commercial production company. Made a lot of commercials. I worked my way up from production assistant. I was the best at getting coffee and helping with anything people needed. I loved it. I loved the job. I loved being a production assistant. I worked all the way up to director. I worked in most of the jobs. I did special effects. I did lighting. I did grip. I was an assistant to producers. I produced all kinds of stuff. I didn't act so much. A little bit. Worked to director, and then I really wanted to move to Boston. I thought that was a good spot. New York was a little big. I thought maybe I wanted to be a big fish in a small pond for a little while before I moved up. I figured maybe Boston would be the spot. So I get to Boston. I'm working at a food shop, cutting deli meats and all this stuff. I remember making like $180 a week. So bad. But I lived, and on the side, I was making a ton of videos. I started a company, my own production company called The Rizolution at the time. My name's John Rizzo. It was The Rizolution. I was starting a revolution in Rizzo. I had to explain that name a lot. Started this company, and I did a lot of free videos. I did cool stuff. I did stuff for public access TV. I did stuff for small little, I did a lot of small ads, I did some marina, I did a lot of corporate overview videos. I remember interviewing a lot of people, and I did a lot of B-roll. Shot a lot of B-roll. And I don't show a lot of B-roll on this channel, but I was doing a lot of that kind of stuff. It was fun, and I got to travel all over, and I loved it. The TV work, on TV shows, and just whatever I could get on any crew I could get on. I just did so much stuff free. I didn't care if it paid. I assistant directed, production assistant. I still take jobs as a PA and assist on, bigger productions now. I learned so much, and I love it. I just love being on set, and I love hanging out and helping and just being in the action, And I know my stuff, so I try not to be a jerk about it. So I get right in there and help. Then I met my old partner Mark, and Production Live Online started, and TTN HD, the TechNet HD. We did probably 900 videos on YouTube here, but it was in 2010, so it was early, you know what I mean? And that's why I'm back. It's been a while, so back then nobody was saying smash the like button. I love that though, smash that, oh! It's great. Let's move on. Then I get in this job at Herb Chambers Honda dealership, all right, in Boston, and I become the internet marketing specialist because I had a camera and I took pictures and I knew how to do videos, and I met Adil Alamri, very close friend of mine. He was the general manager at the dealership. He needed somebody to take pictures of the used cars for the internet, and somebody who could really tackle social media and internet marketing stuff. And I loved it. I had a great time with it. I really got into it. I took over 40,000 pictures of cars, all used cars. I got to drive everything in the dealership. And I got to know all the guys at the corporate office, and I really enjoyed it. It was a $2 billion car dealership group with 55 dealerships. It's bigger now. Man, I remember one day I went into Herb Chambers' office I had a lot of chutzpah. I went in his office. I asked for a meeting, and he said okay. Well, his assistant said okay. I got in there and I said, Herb, Mr. Chambers, I said I gave my reel, which was my reel 10 years ago was not as good as it is now. And I gave that to him and I said, hey, you know, I'd like to make more money here. What can I do to make more money? He said, I have 2,500 people working for me. I don't know who the F you are. I'll never forget that. He had no computer on his desk, nothing. He was just, you know, he was like 70. He was just a doer, you know what I mean? He just went out and took life and did business, took business over. You know, it was great. I was very inspired by him. He said, I don't know who you are. So he said, but if you want to make more money, get into sales. Then that was the end of the meeting. And I left and I got into sales. I transferred to the sales department. I said, I want to do this. I know all the products already. I know how to do this. I think, and you know, I thought the salesmen were idiots. I could do it. So I went and I sold cars. And I learned, they gave me a 40-hour training week with John Cavell. He was like, wrote training manuals for Xerox back in like the 70s and 80s and stuff. Taught me a needs-based sales approach with like 20 other people in the class, and I soaked it all up. I loved every second of it. I love sales. I love the thrill of the sale. Oh, I love selling, and I love marketing. You know, I took that and ran with it, and I knew how to ask for reviews. I knew how to just be. I was just genuine. I had a big mustache, and people loved it. It worked. You know, something about it worked. I sold, you know, 13, 17 cars a month. There were some guys selling 30. There were some guys selling 6 though, and they didn't last as long. You can't make enough money that way. I sold pretty well, you know, and then the management changed, the deal left, and I trained for finance management. I trained for general manager. With the dealership changing and the management changing, the culture changed. It wasn't warm and friendly anymore. It got a little more cold. So I left, right? But I had this background. I had this strong marketing background I spent a lot of time with my friend David, who was a corporate marketing CMO for Herb Chambers. Spent a lot of time with him learning what he did. I spent a lot of time marketing the dealership and reading and trying to grow, and the deal really pushed me to train and grow. I wanted to run my production company for a while, The Resolution. And I got a job, a side job at a Google subsidiary. It was a business that took 360-degree photographs inside businesses. I had to go door to door in Boston at businesses and ask if they wanted this service. I think I sold 1. Only one other guy on our whole sales team sold 1. Everybody else sold none, and the company went under in like 2 weeks. So moved on from there. That job, 5 days earlier, I had joined the Boston Chamber of Commerce, the Greater Boston Chamber. And they gave me, along with my $500 membership, they gave me a free ticket to the summer soiree event. And so I went to that event. I just studied my butt off to learn how to network well. I mean, I could shake hands with anybody, talk to anybody, sell, but man, I needed to learn what are the keys to going to an event and meeting everybody there. But it turns out the key is to make a meaningful connection with 1 or 2 people. It's good to shake hands with a lot of people, but you just don't want to throw your card at everybody in the event. You want to really make a good quality connection with somebody there, and so, you know, somebody who you can gain something from, and they have something that they need or can gain from you. That's what you're really looking for. One event, you just get 1 good or 2 good people like that. That's all you need. That's all I ever went for looking for, is what it turned out. Anyways, I met a company there, an ad agency. They did boating videos and stuff, and a lot of it. They gave me the next day, I said this in another video, they gave me $10,000 of work the next day they wanted to meet. They gave me, it was over 2 or 3 months, but it was huge for me. Changed my whole world. I went from, you know, a year and a half before making $180 a week to making, you know, a decent amount of money at the car dealership, but really not doing what I loved. Learning a lot though, and then getting this ad agency gig to go and produce videos and commercials and corporate overview videos and all different stuff, and a TV show eventually with them. New England Boating, helped out in that for a while. It was awesome. It was really amazing for me. And I knew I wanted to be in the agency world. I'd been shooting for that for like 5 years at that point, 3, 4 years maybe. And so I was running my business. I felt like great. I had a daughter. She was 2. I was married at the time. I thought life was great. I ended up going from that set of jobs, and the relationship, they just didn't have many more videos coming. The show kind of ended and they couldn't find sponsors for the next season. I ended up taking that and I was worried. I bought a Steadicam. I was running out of money. It was wintertime. I didn't have any ski mountains to do at the time. You know, I didn't have anything to shoot, and I was so worried. I had a daughter, and my ex-wife was really pushing me for, you know, to get a real job. I said, I have a business. I have a production company. You know, she didn't buy it. I was doing it though. I ended up going in. They needed they wanted a YouTube. They wanted somebody who could do YouTube videos at another agency in town, the 15th largest agency in Boston, Mitcom Advertising. All right. I went and talked to Bruce Mittman. I wore a suit and tie, you know. There were like a bunch of other applicants, and he said it was between. I got called back, and I met with Aaron Waters. He was like one of the VPs at the time. And I went back again. I said, you know, consider selling my business to you guys, you know. Of course, Bruce, you know, he didn't. You know, it wasn't really buying my business for him. For me, it was being acquired. You know, it felt really good. But for him, it was like, yeah, I need somebody to run that. I said, I'm not going to do YouTube videos, though. I said, I'm going to run your video department, you know, and I'll bring clients over. And because I had a couple clients at the time, car dealership clients from the past, from Adil, my old buddy. I still did work for him. He was in Denver at the time. And I still did a lot of work for him. The way I posed it, which I think Bruce appreciated. You know, he wanted somebody who took it seriously. And I really did. I took it so seriously. He said, bring the papers, whatever you got. I brought like my taxes. Thinking back on it, he gave me like what would amount to a signing bonus. But he called it buying my business for me, like for my ego. He gave me a job. I had interns. I was running a school at the time. I was a mentor for a school that was an online school, a film school. See, I had like 5 interns, and they'd pay me to take the interns and teach them a curriculum. It was great. So I brought them with me, and I had packaged them into the deal. So I got a job with a decent salary, good salary, but I got to keep my name in my business. I was thinking my clients would, you know, Adil and a couple other people, they would get access to more at the agency. So they would have a copywriter, for example. They would have access to social media people. They would have access to account executives and media buyers and people who knew more than I did. There were like 18 people there at the time. They were knowledgeable people, and they did a lot for the size crew that they had there. They were doing, you know, it was a big agency. For Nashville size, it would have been number 2, the second biggest, but Boston's big. Get there to Mitcom, and I start running the video department, and I was in heaven. Man, I loved that job. I loved being there. And so anyway, I'm sorry, all of you guys out there who, if you're just getting into the business, if you are not in the business yet, maybe you're sitting there and you're in a crappy job, flipping burgers or working a flat grill or cutting meat at a deli, do what you love. Get out there, just make, if you're a video guy or girl, make videos. If you're a graphic designer, design. It doesn't matter if it's for free. It doesn't matter who you do it for. Just do work. Hustle, as Gary Vaynerchuk says. Go out and hustle. Do your craft. Learn more. Do Photoshop everything. Write and write. If you're a writer, write and write and write and write and write as much as you can. Whatever you do, do it to the fullest, and eventually you'll get there. I got there. It took me 5 or 6 years to get to the deal, from the flat grill to the agency, in an agency, and it was my goal for 5 years at least. Finally got there. And then after that, a year and a half later, my ex-wife wanted our family to move down to Nashville, and I did a lot of work for like Mercedes. Before that, while I was in Boston still, I did Mercedes-Benz work in Denver. Flew out with a deal. I did John Elway dealerships, Nissan. I did a lot in the car business. A lot. I stuck with that for a while. But when I got to Nashville, I got a job as a marketing director. I really wanted to go from the agency. I had this in my head. I was going to go and become marketing director. And sure enough, I worked on the show Nashville for a little while. The same day they offered me a full-time job on set, I got a job with Vincent Peach, Fine Jewelry, and as a marketing director, and it was amazing. It really took my career to the next level, to be honest. I had a lot of autonomy and control over the message and marketing, and I got to really strategize for a full company, larger, medium-sized jewelry manufacturer. Got to strategize and make a full marketing plan. It was awesome. And before that, I wasn't really as well-rounded, which was amazing for me. And then, this is the first time I'll say it here. This is why you should subscribe and smash that like button, because I wrote a book. I'll make another video about it. I wrote a book about marketing because I've been through so much and been in the business, you know. and all around it in all different ways. I'm psyched. I'm just really psyched. I've you know, it's been 2 years in the works, but it's in the last stage of editing, and in the next few weeks it'll be done. So the next step is just getting a publisher, and I'm there. I got a book. You'll see it soon. Just stay subscribed and like whatever, you know, they say in these videos. If you have any questions, comment below, and I'll write back to everybody about my path. But man, network and hustle. Do your, whatever you do, create something. Even if you want to be a salesperson at an agency, if you know something about software, the creative softwares out there, the Adobe Suite, writing skills, you know, things like that. Even Excel, PowerPoint, all these. Get good with some programs, you know, and get really good and be able to deliver a nice presentation. Talk to people and get to know them. If you're already at an agency and you want to move around in the agency, or you want to go and move up, put in the extra work in the evenings. You got to get home at night and read books about marketing. I mean, just did a whole nother video about marketing books that you should read. Go, you know, check out. These are the top 3 baked in, you know, and Crush It, Gary Vaynerchuk, and, you know, Alex Bogusky. Love this guy. And Influence, all right, this is Richard Cialdini. Classic, all right, it's really important. If you do want to sell, Lisa McLeod, a friend of mine, her book, another bestseller, Selling with Noble Purpose, excellent. Look at art, get involved and go look at art stuff and read Seth Godin, Purple Cow, and things like that. You gotta want it. That's all I know, is you gotta really want it. If you wanna move up, or if you wanna move around, you're already there. You wanna go to the in-house side at a business, you have to really know your stuff, and you have to really want it, and you have to be eager to learn and hungry for knowledge. That's all I know how to say. And you just gotta be good at what you do. That's it. So get good and stay tuned for more. I'll have the book out soon. I'm so excited about it. I'm so excited. I'll talk to you guys later. Love you. I don't know how to end these. I don't know what do you do. Bye.